This is attempt number 4 to answer this question because, for whatever reason, I start out talking about the construction site and then I wind up in a reading of some kind, just channeling away. So there's something here about messages that won't be stopped, but they are not necessarily things that should be said. It's that information right now is for us. It's that everything that you are told by Spirit right now is not public information. It's giving that Spirit wants you to know, but doesn't want you to blab about what's going on, about the messages you're receiving. Follow your intuition. But they're choosing to have us be a little bit more tight-lipped right now. So we're going to go back to the construction site conversationally and start there. We got rained out. They had to cancel because it's December, and when you are wet and it's cold, bad things happen. Oh, excuse me. Confirmation burp. So we got rained out, but really it's okay, because my waterproofer isn't going to get here until like December 16th, 17th. I got another bottle of waterproofer for the canvas jacket and the boots, and I'm going to, here's the swords again. I'm hoping that when it gets rescheduled, because it's going to get rescheduled, that I am waterproofed up. I think it's going to be sometime in January, but we don't know. We are hanging tight for information about when it will be reconceptualized. I'm seeing one of those things on the wall where it's like 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot. It's like measurements going up a wall up to 12. And somebody, like a kid, measuring their height. Maybe that's relevant for somebody. Maybe you have a part of your wall that is outlined with like stickers or paint or something that you measure your kids against over time. Or maybe you should do that. Maybe that's a cool idea. Seeing things grow. Seeing things come to fruition. Maybe that's just a brief glimpse of what it will be like when one of those families moves into that home. Interesting. That's fascinating. I'm going to say less. So, Ten of Pentacles. For whatever reason, Spirit has us wanting to touch on palmistry today. I don't know why. I don't know why that's relevant. I don't know why they want us to talk about it, but they don't seem to want me to go into a love message. They want me to keep this informational, right? Ten of Cups. So, somebody watching this is either needing to research palmistry, or maybe this information that I can give you is going to be a little bit helpful. I'm not sure. We've got the palm shapes. This is so weird. So squarer palms are usually associated with like earth signs and people that are more like grounded and stable, that earth-like energy, whereas people that have like longer fingers and slender hands are more associated with like water or air, like things like that. Your hand shape and your finger lengths can determine certain parts of your personality, or be indicative of those parts of your personality, not determine them. So research the hand shapes, which a lot of people leave out when they're looking at palmistry. And then you've got the actual lines. You've got your headline, your heart line, your lifeline, your fate line, relationship lines, the girdle of Venus. There's a bunch of other ones. You've got your connection point here between the heart and the life, and then you've got distinctive marks. For example, the X right here in between the head and the heart. That's like the witch mark. I think they call it a cross, something. I don't remember. But that is my usual indicator if somebody has massive spiritual potential. It was one of my indicators. Shouldn't say that. Anyway, that information is valid for somebody. Look for X's in the palms. I know some people don't like the word witch, but that's my witch mark. Some people also do the M for magic, but I don't really pay attention to that one as much. But it's present. If your lines create an M, that's supposed to be another one, but I like the X better. That one resonates better with me. So take this line for example. I don't know how easily you're going to be able to see it right now, but this headline, it starts off with a bunch of different branching pathways, and then it's solid, and then it branches out again different ways. For me, that indicates an adaptive mindset. Somebody that's very capable of learning or thinking outside the box, or somebody that is just mentally flexible. Then you've got your love line, which mine's pretty strong there, but then it goes through a break. I think that was my divorce. It tells the story of a broken relationship, and then it's kind of jagged, but they interconnect and they join up again. So even though it's kind of spotty after that, your lines can change. If a strong relationship does come through, or if something aligns, let's say you make a massive life change, your lines on your palm can change in as little as 2 weeks. So just because something indicates a certain thing, or that's the path that you're on, it doesn't mean that's the path that you will stay on. It can all shift very easily. Nothing is set in stone. Your fate is your own. And that brings me to the fate line, which starts up here at the head, and then it goes down through the heart, and mine branches in 2 different directions. And some people might say that indicates a choice, but for me, change in perspective. For me, that more indicates that you have 2 paths. Not that you have to choose one or the other, but maybe both. Maybe both paths are interconnected by you. Maybe you are the bridge between 2 paths. It could be a choice. It could be 2 options. But that's kind of the beauty of interpretation. You can manifest your own future. And I also see it almost creates another M down here, because it joins up with the lifeline. This fated decision, this fated path, is directly connected to your life purpose, your calling. It could be that you had this way over here to go, and wound up going this way, that is more aligned with your purpose, your path. And then there's the lifeline, which is very long and strong here. And then we've got a lot of islands connecting the life and the love line. 1 second. The islands are challenges in love and life, and we've got a fair number of those. Things branching out different directions, but all of the turmoil that we experience creates the beautiful tapestry of our story. That's black sheep energy. So if you've got a lot of islands there, you might have been set up for a very difficult trek, but it's worth it. Judgment and the 2 of Cups. And the last one I'm going to have time to go over, is the relationship lines, which are the ones on the side there. And I have 3 deep ones with the potential of a lot more, but we're out of time.